Hello friends, this is Hatim Rampurawala, and in this video we would be revising section 71 of CGST Act of chapter Inspection, Search and Seizure. The section 71 is in relation to the access to the business premises. Access to business premises. Okay. Now, what has been given in this section? It is a very means a small section only. Okay, so first thing, this provision empowers an officer authorized by the officer not below the rank of joint commissioner to assess to any place of any business of the registered person to inspect the books of accounts, documents, computer, program, software. So a person, an officer not below the rank of JC will authorize any other officer to have the access to any place to have. See, they have given us the provision empowers an officer authorized by the officer not below the rank of JC to have access to the place of the business of the registered person to inspect the books of accounts, documents, computer program, computer software and such other things as may be required and which may be available at such a places for the purpose of carrying out the audit, for the purpose of carrying out audit for the purpose of carrying out any audit, scrutiny, verification and check as may be necessary to safeguard the interest of the revenue. So basically for doing this, the officer can authorize the other officer to having access to have the access of any place that to go to any place of any registered person to inspect the books of accounts, documents, computer program, computer software and such other things. Then second point, for this purpose the officer should be authorized by the officer not below the rank of joint commissioner, as we have seen in the first line only. Then such an authorized officer shall assess the one who is authorized. The authorized officer should shall shall have the access to any place of the business of the registered person to inspect the books of the accounts, documents, computers, computer program, computer software were installed in the computer or otherwise, and such other things as he may require as available at such premises. So we will read this again. Such an authorized officer shall have the access to any place of any business, shall have the access to any place of any business of the registered person to inspect. See, for inspecting he will have the access to any place of any business of the registered person to inspect the books, accounts, documents, computer program, computer software whether installed in the computer or otherwise, or such other things as may be required as available at such premises. If you will notice, second and third points are just repetition of the first point. In first point they have covered the entire thing, that is the officer not below the rank of JC will authorize the another officer to he will authorize to access to any place, that is to go to any place of any registered person to inspect the books, documents, computer program, software whether installed or not. The whole thing has been repeated again and again. Three points have been done of this. Then fourth, the object to carry out the and for what reason. This also is a repeated point which has been given at the end, that is of the first, that is the what is the object is to carry out, the object is to carry out any audit, scrutiny, verification as may be necessary to safeguard the interest of the revenue. Okay, now fifth, the person in charge of the premises, now the officer has came. Now the person in charge of the premises should make available the following. What he will do, person in charge will make available the following things to the officer, that is the records maintained by the registered person and declared to the proper officer. Records maintained by the registered person, which all the records maintained by the registered person and declared to the proper officer. Second, trial balance, audited financial statements whenever required. So first is record maintain, then trial balance, then audited financial statement, financial balance sheet, P&L, that thing, audited financial statement whenever required. Then cost audit report. So for third is annual financial statement, that is an annual accounts, financial statement whenever required. Then cost audit report, income tax audit report, and other relevant documents. So which all are the documents? The 5 documents are there. And then sixth is any other relevant records. First is records maintained by the registered and declared to the proper officer. Trial balance, then annual financial statements whenever required, the cost audit report, income tax audit report, and other relevant records. Okay, the documents record 6 point. The documents records should be made available within 15 working days or such an extended period as may be allowed. See, a proper officer will ask for the documents from the person in charge. The person in charge has to be made has to make available such documents within 15 days or such an extended period as may be allowed. And seventh, the and see, this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is not a subsection. Basically this are given in pointers, but this is the entire section 61 entirely amended. Okay, so means don't consider that it is a subsection 7 or subsection 6 we are reading, but these have been given in for the explanation purpose in points. Okay, so the documents records can be called for by the, see, who can call for the documents and records can be called for by the audit officer, chartered accountant, cost accountant nominated by the department. So any officer, that is audit officer appointed by the government, by the department, a chartered accountant, cost accountant nominated by the department. Okay, and on that basis there is one illustration as well. You can read it as the entire same copy paste of the entire section they have then pasted below. See, they were asked basically explain the situation in which the access to the business premises is allowed. Which all are the situation in which the access to the business premises is allowed under section 71. Also list the records which are to be produced. So list of the records is this section point 5, and the situation in which the business premises is to be allowed under section 71. So the situations are, see, answer, during the course of any inquiry under these act, the duly empowered officer have an access to any business premises in course of an inquiry basically, and duly empowered officer can have the access, that officer during the course of inquiry can have the access to any business premises which may be required for the purpose of such an inquiry. So in case of in the process of the inquiry, carrying out the inquiry, he can have the access to any business premises of the registered person. During such an access, the officer can inspect the books, documents, computer programs, software and other things as may be required. So basically they are given is in course of any inquiry, in the process of carrying out such inquiry, he can have access to any business premises and can inspect the books, documents, computer program and all. Then computer software, computer programs and such other things as may be required. It is the, then he is inspecting that things, books, documents. It is the duty of the person in charge of it is the duty of the person in charge of such a premises to furnish the required documents. Similarly, the person in charge of the business premises are also duty bound to furnish such documents to the audit party deputed by the proper officer. Audit party the person in charge basically is bound to produce the documents to the officer, then to the audit party deputed by the department, that is by the proper officer or the chartered accountant, cost accountant who have been deputed by the commissioner to carry out the special audit. So to the department officers who are carrying out the audit, or to the chartered accountant, cost accountant who have been deputed by the commissioner to carry out the special audit, the following records are required. See, now they are given the list of the records. The following records are required to be following records are covered by the provision and are to be produced if called for. The following records are covered in the provision. They are given in the provision in the section basically, and are to be produced if they have been called for. The records are the records prepared and maintained by the registered person and declared to the proper officer in prescribed manner. The trial balance and its equivalent. The statement of the annual financial statement duly audited. Statement of annual financial statement duly audited. It should be not just annual financial statement. It should be audited financial statement. Then cost audit report. Then income tax audit report, if any, and any other relevant records. So we are done with this section 71. It is an important section. A question can be framed in exam, as the question has been asked in MTP as well. Okay. So thank you for watching the video.